There are moments in your life when your presence speaks louder than your words ever could. When you walk into a room, before you even introduce yourself, people can feel your energy. They sense your confidence, your mystery, your power. And yet, sometimes we forget that presence is enough. We over-explain, overshare, overdo, trying to prove something that doesn't need proving. But today, I want to remind you, you are the presence. You are bold. You are magnetic, and you are unshakable, even in silence. Let's begin with the psychology of red. Red is one of the most striking colors in human history. It is the color of blood, the essence of life. It is the color of fire, the symbol of transformation and passion. Red demands attention, not in desperation, but in certainty. When you wear red, when you embody red, you are saying, I am here, I am undeniable. Psychologists have studied how red shifts the way people perceive us. It is linked to courage, confidence, power, and even love. But the deeper truth is this: red is not just an outer garment, it is an inner state. It is the flame inside you that keeps burning even when life tries to dim your light. To embody red is to walk in your truth without apology. Presence is not just about being physically seen. Presence is spiritual. It's the invisible language your soul speaks before you open your mouth. Think about someone you met who carried themselves with quiet confidence. They didn't need to shout or demand attention. Their energy naturally drew people in. That is presence. Presence comes from knowing who you are and not needing validation to confirm it. When you fully accept yourself, your flaws, your strengths, your scars, your beauty, you carry an aura that cannot be ignored. That aura whispers, I know my worth. I don't need to prove it. I simply am. Silence is often mistaken for weakness, but silence can be one of the most boldest moves you make. In a world full of noise, the person who is calm, centered, and grounded stands out the most. Think about the image that inspired this message. The woman in the bold red dress, heels sharp as fire, gloves sculpted to perfection, and that wide-brimmed hat covering her face. She doesn't need to show you everything. She doesn't need to reveal every detail. Her presence alone speaks volumes. And that's the lesson for us. You don't have to tell the world all your plans. You don't have to defend yourself to those who misunderstand you. You don't have to prove your value to those who don't recognize it. Sometimes your silence is your loudest declaration. We live in a time where oversharing has become the norm. People broadcast their every thought, move, and feeling. But here's the truth. Mystery is not weakness. It is wisdom. Protecting parts of yourself, holding boundaries, keeping some of your life sacred. That is how you preserve your peace. Mystery is a shield. When people don't know everything about you, they can't control your narrative. When you hold back your spirit from being picked apart by every opinion, you protect the fire within you. Just like that wide brim hat shading a woman's eyes on the front of the thumbnail, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay unseen while still being fully present. Red is fire, and like fire, your inner spirit must be respected. Fire warms, it cooks, it illuminates, but it can also burn if uncontrolled. The same is true for your energy. When balanced, your passion fuels your purpose. When neglected, it leads to burnout, anger, or chaos. Your presence is the flame. Protect it, feed it, balance it. Don't let others drain it. And don't allow your fire to consume you by constantly giving, proving, or chasing. Boldness without peace is destruction. But boldness with peace, that's transformation. Now, some people believe that being bold means being loud, brash, or always at the center of attention. But true boldness is rooted in peace. It's not about being everywhere. It's about being intentional wherever you are. Boldness says, I don't have to chase the spotlight. The light follows me. Boldness says, I don't have to fight for validation. I already validate myself. Boldness says, I can stand still and still be unforgettable. That is presence. That is peace in action. When you merge boldness with peace, you become magnetic. You are grounded in who you are, and nothing external can shake you. That's when you start to realize, I don't have to move mountains with my voice. My presence alone is the mountain. So how do you wear red in your soul? How do you live boldly within your presence without losing peace or even saying a word? It's about embodying quiet confidence in your daily life. Walk with your head lifted, not in arrogance, but in alignment. Practice silence when you know your words won't be fruitful. Protect your boundaries by remembering that not everyone is entitled to your inner world. Trust that your energy will always speak louder than any explanation. Remember, boldness is not about being loud, it's about being intentional. Peace is not about being invincible, it's about being grounded. Together they create balance. That's the true power of red. So let's break this down to your everyday life. How do you embody presence without saying a word? Walk into rooms with your head lifted, not in arrogance but in alignment. Let your posture reflect your inner strength. Practice silence, not the silence of fear, but the silence of control. Choose when to speak and let your words carry weight. Protect your personal story. Not everyone deserves to know your struggles, your plans, or your dreams. Guard them like sacred treasures. Trust your energy. People may not remember your words, but they will always remember how your spirit made them feel. Your presence is a reflection of your soul's maturity. It shows whether you learned the art of peace, the wisdom of boundaries, and the confidence of self-acceptance. You are the presence. You don't have to force it. You don't have to beg for it. You don't even have to explain it. You already carry it. The next time you feel the urge to prove yourself, remember, you are already enough. The next time you want to overshare to gain connection, remember, mystery protects your spirit. And the next time you feel overlooked, remember, presence doesn't beg to be seen. It demands it naturally. So today, wear your presence boldly. Sit in your silence confidently. Protect your mystery intentionally. And never forget, your spirit alone is powerful enough to move hearts, shift rooms, and leave imprints that words could never capture. You are the presence. You are bold, unseen, yet unshakable. Thank you for joining me today on Serenity Soul Speaks. If this message resonated with your spirit, share it with someone who needs the reminder that their presence alone is powerful. Until next time, protect your peace, walk in your boldness, and always speak to your soul.